Hi, friends. I just tried to record a Facebook Live. I guess this is what you get the first time when you're recording Facebook Live and you're getting over your fears and it freezes on you. It happened twice, so I figured I would just record this for you, post it in the group. Maybe one day if I dare to post it somewhere else. And so you would have access to this information. I will keep this short so you can have a look at this today. See if this resonates with you. So in the previous two trial recordings, I shared a little bit about where I am at right now. So I shared that I just registered my business and got a little bit more serious about things. I've been teaching frequent workshops, both in my home over here, but also in other places. So there's a really nice vegan cafe that I collaborate with in Gouda. You know that because of the Gouda cheese, but it's a vegan place. And another fitness studio nearby. And it's been really rewarding. It's been really special. It's been really nice for me to make myself more visible and really get out of my own way. And that's also my intention here tonight, or whatever time you are watching this today. I'm sitting here in the heat of summer. It sounds like we're gonna have a heat wave soon, so I closed the window so it's quiet, but I'm kind of sweating it. I just wanted to make a short recording just about the basics of essential oils, one of my biggest passions. When I ask people when they join me for a workshop, what they are interested in to learn about or why they are joining, there often is a lot of curiosity to see what essential oils can do for them, but there's also a sense of overwhelm, right? So where do I get my oils? How do I get started? How do I know how to use them safely? Or what about quality? Like, should I get them from a brand like doTERRA? Should I just get them at Walmart or in another health food store? Like, what is the difference? Why are there differences in prices? And what do you recommend as a holistic nutritionist? So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I'll just recap a little bit about what I just shared. I won't go as much in depth. I'll just start going into the rest of it. So when you want to look back at those other trial little Facebook Lives, then go right ahead. I just shared about what essential oils are. So they are the volatile aromatic compounds that we can find in plants. So they can be in their seeds, in their barks, in their flowering parts, in their roots, all parts of them. And basically these aromatic compounds, they make up the immune system of a plant. So they often have antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal qualities, and we can use them to our benefit as well. They often have a very broad chemical profile, and they can support us in many ways. So often when we're using medication, we use it very specifically to maybe lock down a certain pathway, or something, a process that's happening in the body. But with the essential oils, we sometimes don't even know on how many levels they are supporting us. Like when let's say I'm using an oil like peppermint because I have some head tension and I just rub it into my temples or in the back of my neck when I'm kind of warm right now. I use them with the physical intent of getting rid of this headache, but I'll also notice my energy is coming down. I'm also noticing that maybe that headache was there because there actually was some emotional distress, so there's often the physical tension that we're getting rid of, but also the emotional tension that we're getting rid of. Also, a lot of the oils are very high in antioxidants. So when we're using them, maybe just to flavor a bar of chocolate, we might notice that some symptoms are disappearing. We might not exactly understand what's going on, but it's happening. So yeah, it's exciting to me, right? It's a very pure and potent natural remedy in a bottle. And often these bottles will speak to you. They will tell you, use me, you need to use me today. And maybe you will explore a little bit about why this oil speaks to you, why you have a craving for this beautiful lemon oil, right? Like why you need a little bit a boost in energy. I was sharing before about how sometimes we tend to overwork a little bit and get a little bit too excited about what we're doing, like I'm feeling right now, because I'm feeling so in flow with sharing these beautiful oils with people and really bringing them into people's homes. And I have like a little drawing on my wall with little hearts for every home that I bring oils into, and I color one like every couple of days when someone brings oils into their house. And yeah, that's super rewarding, and this is really what I get up for in the morning and what I stay up late for, right? Like to share this wisdom with other people. So when we're talking about these essential oils, we need to be mindful. I really want you to be aware that you need to use them with intention. They are medicine, right? They're really potent. If we're comparing the essential oil to a dried herb, like if we're looking at the peppermint I just used, when I'm using 1 drop of peppermint oil in some water, 1 drop of peppermint oil equals 27 cups of peppermint tea. So I need to ask myself, am I wanting to have the effect of 27 cups of peppermint tea in my body, right? And sometimes that's what I want, right? When there's like a lot of stomach upset, there's tension, I'm very bloated, I need a cooling effect, then that's what I want. But I want you to be mindful about why you're choosing to use a certain oil and how much of it you're using. So because they are so potent, the essential oil is often like 50 to 70 times more potent than a dried herb. I think I just said that, but I'm not sure if I... I lost my train of thought there. This is what you guys come for, me being silly. So, but yeah, because they are so potent, less is more. So don't go like dousing them all over yourself. The best thing to do is to use a small amount and see how that influences you. And then maybe if there's something that's really acute that's going on, you might want to use a little bit more often. But when you're using them as a support for something chronically, whether that is emotional, like a mood state that you're trying to find some more balance in, or maybe there's something physically going on, like inflammation or there's pain, you will want to create kind of a protocol around that, like set times of the day that you're using a small amount. But it's not like, yeah, the more, if a little bit works, more of it will work better. That's not how these oils work, right? And we don't want to become insensitive to their effects. So I also shared in this previous recording that I made that the essential oils, they dissolve in oil, right? So when I accidentally get some peppermint oil in my eyes, don't do that. It's not going to help if I'm going to add water to it. It's just going to make the burn way worse because it's not going to dilute the oil. So I need to dilute the oil, the essential oil, in a carrier oil, right? So like when that happens, you just are going to add like some fractionated coconut oil or anything else that you have on hand, like whether it's just like a stick of butter in your kitchen or something, you want to dilute it. The cool thing about the fact that essential oils can be diluted in oil is that the membranes of our cells are made of phospholipids, right? There's a phospholipid bilayer. So the essential oils can access our cells. This is really cool because we don't have any medication that can take care of viral or viruses in our cells, viral activity. But the essential oils can actually get into the cell and get rid of the virus. So that's really exciting. Like when we're looking at a blend like our On Guard Protective Blend, which is amazing for supporting your immune system. Like I put some on the soles of my feet every morning. I'll put it in my diffuser, especially like during the fall or like early in the spring, or when I'm feeling a cold coming on, or like when I have a bit of a sore throat or something, I'll start using it internally. Yeah, that blend can do so much for me. And so I'm taking small doses to support my system and to really get my system to a state of vitality. So I'm not trying to like find a quick fix. There's no quick fixes. And even though these oils work really fast and they're really potent, it's not going to solve everything overnight. But when I'm doing things consistently and I create them into a ritual for myself, then I'm going to find support in them. And that's what I have found in them, both for my mood state, especially in winter when I do struggle with depression, or when I'm feeling exhausted, or when I'm trying to get excited about things or need a little bit extra focus. That's where my oils come in as well. So they can do that for you too. So there's 3 different ways that we can use our essential oils. These ways are specific to doTERRA, especially the third one. So the first way that we can use our oils is to use them aromatically. The easiest way is just to open the bottle and just inhale very slowly 3 times, and you will notice an effect. So the essential oils, they work on the limbic part of our brain, which is connected to our memory and our emotions. So oftentimes when we smell something familiar, like whether it brings up something positive or negative, it will bring up emotion, and sometimes quite strongly, even if it's like your suntan lotion from when you were a child, or maybe it's lavender and it reminds you of like fields of lavender and your holidays in France or what have you. It's incredible because when we are feeling low, we can use the oils to give us energy and lift us up. So a lot of the citrus oils work very invigorating, and they will lift us up. So like we often like jokingly say like an oil like, let's say citrus or wild orange or even lavender, like any, or lemon, any of the citrus oils, they are like sunshine in a bottle. They lift us up. It's the same effect when you're peeling an orange, right? So when we're making essential oils, we either cold press from the rinds of a citrus fruit, or we steam distill from whatever material we're using. So that could, again, be like resin from a frankincense tree, or maybe it's like the seeds of cilantro, or maybe it's these beautiful jasmine rose or jasmine flowers. Yeah, that's how they're created. And there's a lot of plant material that's needed to just create a little 15 milliliter bottle. So we only need a little bit to have a big effect in our system. Another great way to use our oils aromatically is by using a diffuser. I recommend to use a diffuser that, what am I trying to say here? It uses cold water, so it's a mist that comes out. When I was younger, I would often use these little like oil burners, with a little candle underneath, and I would put some oil in there and just use it when I was doing my homework and things like that. So I guess I was into essential oils way back in the day. But when we're using these pure medicinal essential oils in that way, we might damage them because heat will damage the oils. That's why we also want to keep them somewhere where it's away from light, it's away from heat. So maybe like in a drawer, or just somewhere where there's a lot of shade in your living room, or in a closed wooden box, things like that. But yeah, one of the most effective ways, especially when you are dealing with anything that's more related to your emotions, you will want to use a diffuser. You can use it in any area of your house. It will also cleanse the air around you and purify the air. So I often like to use it when I'm moving into a new place. Some of you know that I've been traveling and moving around a lot. So anytime I move into a new place, I will get the diffuser going and just cleanse out all the old air, all the stagnant air, and get rid of bacteria and all of that, and just create a different environment where I like to be. And that's the same that I can do before I head to bed. I can turn on the diffuser in my bedroom, like maybe 15 or 30 minutes before I go to sleep. And then when I walk into my bedroom, the energy's been set and I know that I can rest there. It's the same like right now, just before I started this call, I put some ginger and some grapefruit in my diffuser and got it going for a while. I turned it off because it makes a little bit of noise. It's kind of the white noise that actually is really nice when you're studying or when you're trying to sleep, but I wouldn't want to distract you right now. But yeah, so I had that going for a while just to kind of get my spirits up and to like feel ready to jump on. Other ways to use the oils aromatically, it's really nice to make your own spray. So like you can make like a spray just to spray on your pillow before you go to sleep. So you could use something that is soothing to you, like lavender or one of our soothing blends. You could also use them in yoga, so you can spray them on your mat or around you, again, to work with the energy that you want to bring in at that time. So it could be something that's more energizing, or it could be something that's more restorative and more earthing. Yeah, then the second way that we can use the essential oils is topically, so on our skin. That often works really well when we're looking for localized support. Like let's say if I have pain on my knee, it makes a lot of sense that I would put the essential oil on my knee, right? And then when I do that, I will want to dilute it either in a carrier oil, like the fractionated coconut oil, or maybe I'm using a lotion. This is a lotion that has no scent, so I can add whatever essential oil I want to it, so that I can adjust it to my liking. A benefit of diluting the oil is that it will drive the essential oil deeper into the tissue. So it will have a longer lasting effect, versus when I'm using the essential oil just on my skin like that, it will vaporize after a bit because it is a volatile compound. Sometimes that is the effect that I want, but sometimes I want to drive it in a little bit deeper. Also, with certain oils, you definitely have to dilute them. Some of the oils are considered hot oils. So when we're looking at an oil like oregano, definitely hot oil. Definitely don't just put it on your skin. You don't want to burn yourself. Same goes for oils like clove or cinnamon. We want to dilute them, but oftentimes it is smart to dilute them anyways. And also when we're using essential oils with small children or with elderly or people with disease, just when their system is more sensitive, we also want to dilute them. And I can give you information about those dilution ratios just to see what is considered safe. Yeah, that's a wise thing to do. We can also apply the oils topically on different acupressure points, like along our meridians. So oftentimes we'll use them on the insides of our wrists. We'll use them behind our ears or the back of our neck. You can put them on your solar plexus or like along your spine, underneath your feet. It's really smart, especially if you don't like the smell as much. Like with something like On Guard, some people find it a little bit strong to go to work and smell like clove and kind of Christmassy. So you can put it underneath your feet. It gets absorbed really fast, but you can just put socks on and shoes on and no one's bothered. Yeah, so I really, really, really enjoy topical use for oils, also because I can still inhale them, so I have the double effect. Another way to use them topically, I love our Deep Blue blend. It is, I would say, a specific, well, not a specific blend. It's used often by people that like to work out a lot, so you can use it before or after working out just to support any muscle aches, any joint pain, things like that. But it also works really effectively for people that are actually struggling more with like rheumatoid arthritis, any injuries. And then I also like to use it a lot when I am on my period and I'm having bad cramps. I like to rub it on my lower back, and it feels like I put like a hot water bottle in the back of my pants. It makes sure that there's a lot more circulation. It also creates quite an intense, an enjoyable but intense sensation that kind of takes my focus away from the cramps. So sometimes I will use the Deep Blue oil for that, and sometimes I use the Deep Blue rub. Sometimes I layer the two of them for an even more a deeper effect. And it can also work really nice in your neck. For people that have dealt with a whiplash, can really just bring some softening there. So that's really wonderful. The third way that we can use doTERRA essential oils is internally. So not all of our oils are considered safe to be used internally, but a lot of them are. A lot of our single blends. So let's say an oil like lemon is perfectly safe to be used internally. And actually one of the reasons that I partner with doTERRA is because they are completely rooted in science. So we work together with over 150 medical partners that are doing research on a whole wide spectrum of different topics in regards to essential oils. So both for safe internal use, but also how can we use essential oils in hospitals to calm down people in the waiting room, or like doctors that are getting close to burnout. How can we help them with their emotions? How can we clean the surfaces without any harsh chemicals, things like that. So there's more and more research that is being published in journals, which is really cool. You can look on PubMed, you can enter doTERRA or essential oils, and there's going to be a lot of information there, and it's ever growing. So that's really exciting. That's really important to me, and that's also where we get to the doTERRA difference. That's the purity of our oils. So doTERRA actually created their own trademark, their own quality. What's the word I'm looking for? There's nothing really that regulates the quality of essential oils within the essential oil industry. So doTERRA wanted there to be something that they can live up to, and they came up with the CPTG standard of oils. So it's a certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils, and they both internally within the doTERRA business or company, they test the essential oils, but they also test oils from other companies just to see like what's happening. Has anything been added that should not be in there? And then the doTERRA oils are also tested by a third party just to see if what doTERRA says is true. And if there ever is anything in the oils that should not be in there, so let's say something was in the soil that should not have been in there, or maybe something ended up like being sprayed over, well, nothing sprayed over indigenously grown plant material, but let's say there's something in the essential oils that should not be in there, then it will never be brought onto the market. So with our essential oils, there is a code on the bottom of the bottles, and we have a beautiful website called sourcetoyou.com where we can enter these codes, and we can see very specifically for that batch of oils what the chemical makeup of that oil is. So we can see that nothing else has been added and that it is exactly what it says that is in there on the bottle. I go to the global convention every year in Salt Lake City, which is amazing. It's one of my favorite times of year. We get to geek out over education and like personal development, and we get to see all the people that we work with that often live far away. So it's really nice. And 2 years ago, I remember that I believe Dr. Hill, our chief medical officer, shared about how we might compare the chemical profiles of essential oils, and basically showed us like the regular profile of a Melissa oil, which is a super delicate oil that was not available on the market through doTERRA for a long time and has just been brought back onto the market, compared to the Melissa oil of another brand, and started comparing it and pointed out that actually what was used was a lemongrass oil that had been altered in a way that it smelled like Melissa. But when we looked at the chemical makeup of the oil, we could see it was not indeed Melissa. So when you are buying a cheaper oil from your local health food store or what have you, it might smell like what you're expecting it to smell like, but will it also have the medicinal effect, right? If it does not say that it's safe to use internally, then why would I want to use it on my skin, right? I'm absorbing that into my system as well. So those are things to be considered. Like, does the company that you buy from actually show you where the oils come from? We have an amazing system of sourcing where we partner with farmers all around the world. So we look very specifically where the plant material has been grown for generations, right? Often indigenously, and really see where are the optimal soil conditions, where are there farmers that have been working with the plant material for generations, and really know like what is the best time of year to harvest, sometimes what's the best time of day to harvest. Sometimes we wildcraft material, so we make sure that we also like plant back 10% of what we're harvesting so that we create a sustainable crop. Those are things that are very important. And through working with local partners and taking out the middleman, we get to pay the farmers fair wages. So even when farmers only harvest for 4 months a year, they can still get paid the entire year. We also work with a lot of people in developing countries, and besides buying the oils from them and creating a sustainable system where they now have a sustainable income so they can take care of themselves, we also look at their needs. So maybe we need to bring in systems of water so they don't have to walk for a couple hours to go get water. Or maybe there's no school there, so we can bring in schooling for their children. Or maybe there's no healthcare, so we can bring in a hospital, really to improve the quality of life, you know? So that's something I often think about when I'm using an essential oil, like using a beautiful oil like frankincense, one of my favorites, right? It's the king of all oils. If you don't know what to use, you grab this one. It's super grounding. It's really calming. It's amazing. It can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. There's more oils that can do that, but for this one, we know for sure. So it's really great for any neurological issues. We're talking about like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, but also just for anxiety. You can put a drop on your thumb and just press it against the roof of your mouth, and it goes into your brain immediately. But yeah, I will share a video about frankincense because I can keep on talking about our sourcing, but then you'll be sitting here for an hour, and that's not really what we're here for. So I will share a little bit more goodness, just little links that you can check out about the doTERRA difference and how we are sourcing and why that's important, and just some inspirational videos. We often have videos created of our different projects, like in Nepal or Somalia for frankincense, or Haiti for vetiver, and it's really gorgeous to watch and to really see who are growing our plant material and how are their lives impacted. So when I'm using this oil for my benefit, who else benefits from me using this oil, right? Like there's a whole system that we are supporting through using these oils for our own benefit. And that's remarkable. Like that connects all of us in such a beautiful way. doTERRA also has a not-for-profit organization connected to them called Healing Hands. So there are certain products that we buy that the entire amount goes straight to the Healing Hands Foundation, so that we can support different projects around the world and make sure that there is care provided where needed. And there's some partners we work with that I can also share a lot more about. One of my favorites is OUR, so Underground Railroad, and they help children get out of sex trade, both within the United States and then also mainly in Asia, close to my heart, in Thailand and Cambodia. So yeah, those are things that I am also supporting by using my oils for my own benefit, right? So yeah, incredible. Let's see, what else would I want to share with you today? I've shared about the higher standard that we're setting, that now other companies need to live up to. I do believe that in however many years, doTERRA is going to be the name for essential oils, right? It's mainly going to be doTERRA when we think of essential oils, just like how we would use Kleenex for tissue paper or something. I've shared about our co-impact sourcing. I'll share some more videos so you can read into that. I've shared about the 3 ways to use them, so you can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. Shared a little bit about safe usage. Also important there to realize is that the citrus oils are photosensitive, meaning that they will make your skin more sensitive to UV light. So if you are heading out in summer, then don't use them anywhere where your skin's exposed to the sun. You can either put them on your clothes if you want to use them for the aromatic effect. You could spray them around you, of course, or use a diffuser if you want to have the aromatic benefit. If you're using them for more of a physical support on your system, then just put them somewhere where the sun doesn't shine. Yeah, that's a smart way to do it. And also don't go rubbing yourself with like a bergamot oil and getting under some naked tanning bed. Like that's the worst idea unless you really like blisters. Don't go there. So I will take you through our 10 most popular oils. These are often the oils that I share about in our classes. This will cover around 80 to 85% of your needs within your home. And then there's always some other oils we can talk about specifically to you, like how might you support your hormonal balancing, or maybe you need some extra sleep support or some, I don't know, what have you. There's an oil for that. Okay, so let's start with our beautiful lemon oil, right? So it's a very invigorating, very fresh oil. Amazing for cleaning. Parents and teachers love it. If kids put stickers everywhere, right? And that's often a gift that they will get, those sticker books. They put their stickers everywhere. Just put a drop like on the sticker on top, and you can just take it right off. It's also super potent for cleaning. So really nice if you have like a really greasy oven. You create a spray, just leave it be for a bit, and you can take it right off. So I love it for that. I'm not a big cleaning person, but now that I have my oils, I actually start to enjoy it because it just makes such a difference, and it smells really good after. I feel like I did not really enjoy cleaning because oftentimes there was products in the home that would make me nauseous or would give me a headache. So I would just stay away from it and have someone else do it until like all of that was kind of out of the environment. And I don't have to do that anymore. So now I'm a nicer person to the people that I surround myself with, or that I live with, because I also clean these days. So that's great. Also really high in antioxidants and great for cleansing. So really nice to add a drop to your water in the morning, like you would use a fresh lemon. Great for detoxing the liver as well. So good support there. Also great for neutralizing any odors, like any strong odors, so like something in your fridge that has gone a little bit off or anything else. You can use it in that way. All right, the next oil, we shared a little bit about frankincense. So frankincense has so many uses, has a really broad chemical activity. So with whatever other oil we're using it, it actually will improve the effect of that oil. So often we'll use it together. I use it a lot for skincare. It's really nice when there's any scarring, any blemishes, or just when you're aging a little bit and you get some wrinkles. So you can add a drop to your moisturizer. I like to just combine it with some cedar wood and some lavender essential oil, and just add it with like whatever carrier oil that I want to use. I like to use oils for my skin, and just rub it in, or just use it to oil cleanse and then wash it off. Great for immune support, of course. Really nice for meditation. Of course, frankincense is a very familiar scent to some, especially if you have attended church. That's what the incense scent is. That they burn over there. So for some people, it doesn't have the nicest association for them. There's ways to overcome that, but there's also other options that are quite similar that we can look into. But in general, it's an amazing oil to use. And if you do not like the scent, you can still use it internally, and it will be super beneficial for you. Has anti-aging benefits. Also, it's been proven to have anti-cancer benefits. You can look into that a little bit more yourself. Just go into PubMed and do some research there. And it really helps to promote healthy cellular function and actually can support DNA repair within our cells. That's also something to explore a little bit deeper. Another great oil that I have really started to love a lot is tea tree, or melaleuca as we know it. Depends on the country you're in, like what will be on your label. Emotionally, this one is known to be the oil of boundaries, so energetic boundaries. And that's something that I struggle with sometimes. I'm quite sensitive. I tend to overgive to people. So this is so wonderful for me. Like even when I smell it, now I have made the connection and I'm like, okay, healthy boundary. And that's the same thing that this oil does for you in terms of your immune system. It's like, okay, let's keep out what needs to be kept out, and let's keep in what needs to be protected safely inside. Really nice for cleaning the skin. So like any kind of impurities or acne, we know that tea tree oil works really well for that. Also has antifungal properties, so great for like fungal toenails and issues like that. And also really nice for the hair and the scalp. So we can also add a drop to our natural shampoo and really support a healthy balance there. Let's see, breathe or easy air, depending on what country you find yourself in. One of my favorites, one of the oils that I had like my first wow experience with, we will all have some of those. One of my first classes that I attended, I was super plugged up and even just wondered if I should attend the class. And this is what helped me like loosen everything up and feel like a human again. So I love this when I'm feeling either a little bit run down or I'm feeling just like congested, feeling that I'm on the verge of getting sick. Like I will just like apply it over my throat and dilute it in that way. It's kind of like a natural form of the Vicks Vapor Rub. Really nice in the diffuser, works really effectively for people with asthma. Can also be used for children in the diffuser during the nighttime just to help them breathe well. It works really well if your partner snores. We don't snore, our partners snore. So you can put it on your big toe and it will help with that as well. So that's a great one to know. So it opens up our airways. So I also like to use it in my yoga practice when I'm doing breath work. Of course, peppermint is nice for that as well, but breathe also helps to support our lungs and support our intention in being aware with our breath, being mindful with that. So love that. One of my favorites, most used oils, I never go without, always make sure that I have an extra bottle in my house, is Zengest or Digest Zen. So the name speaks for itself. This is amazing for digestive support. Whenever I am feeling either bloated or I feel like I've eaten something that is not going down well, or maybe that even is like some kind of food poisoning about to happen, I use Digest Zen. I'll just apply it over my belly in circular movements, like along with my digestive, like from the belly button out, clockwise. And if there really is something acute happening, I will put a drop in water. Generally, I find that quite strong, but for something acute, I will do that and I will notice immediate benefits. So if you are feeling really bloated, give that a try. Like you will be farting within a couple minutes and it will feel really good just to get that out. Also, if you are feeling constipated, or maybe if you're traveling, you're jet lagged and your system is kind of out of whack, then also use it just to get things moving again. And if you don't have the breathe oil on hand, you can use the digestion oil if there's like any sinus issues, just to open that up as well. Just be mindful with like the minty oils. Don't get them too close to your eyes because that can get pretty intense. Let's see. Yeah, and digestion is also really nice if you are suffering from nausea, like when you're in a car sickness, things like that. Especially now in the summer when you're traveling and maybe your kids get nauseous or you get nauseous easily. I get nauseous in the back of the car, so I find that a great support. Lavender, not loved by everybody, which is interesting, but a lot of people do have a really immediate response of like, oh, that's nice and soothing and calming. Yes, I want it. So we can use it in that way. It's really nice to use to add to like some Epsom salts and use them in your baths. I'll make my own Epsom salts and add some rose petals and nice things to that, and some frankincense oil and other goodness. So it's really nice when you need any soothing for the skin as well, or maybe there's bug bites or mosquito bites. If there's any burns or blisters, things like that can work really well just to calm down the skin. I also like to use it in summer in combination with peppermint. Like let's say if you're overheating or something, really both cools down the skin and really calms and soothes the skin. So that's really, really great support. Oregano. Strong oil, hot oil, so always dilute it. Actually smells a lot different when you are diluting it. I like it a lot better that way. It's nature's natural antibiotic, so it's strong guns. Like if nothing else is working, go with this guy. Don't use it for too many days in a row. Like if you are using it for like any kind of gut cleansing or something, use it like 10 days max and then get onto your probiotics, so you can kind of do like a cleansing protocols a couple times a year, just with the changing of the seasons, but don't overuse it in that way, like in high doses. It's really nice to add like either when you're making your own dressings with a nice like good quality olive oil, or maybe add it to a dip. Also really effective to get rid of skin tags. Random little facts over there. We spoke about On Guard, so that's our immune blend. It smells really nice and Christmassy. I like to put it in the diffuser. Just in general, like when I get home from work, it's been a long day and I'm feeling tired and I'm feeling like a little rundown, or especially like in the fall when there's just like more seasonal threats around. I love the smell. I often combine it with a citrus oil or a citrus blend, just to have that combination of like a little bit of a lift and a little bit of a spice, but not too spicy. So yeah, really, really, really great. I also like to make vegan Rolos and put the On Guard blend in them for a little bit of spice, but also for the immune support. So it's a great way to trick your kids into eating something yummy and supporting their immune system. Well, I need some water. Talking too much, guys. Then we spoke about Deep Blue and how amazing that is. Again, great for your muscles, for your joints, great for people with arthritis. If you're working out a lot, maybe like myself, you're feeling like, hey, it's summer, I want to get a little bit more fit, so I'm going to work out a lot. You're going to get sore a lot, so we're going to use Deep Blue for that, bring down any inflammation, really getting that cooling, comforting sensation. And really nice for massage. So if you have someone that would like to massage you, it's going to feel really, really good. Yes. So let's see if we can say a little bit more about our peppermint. So peppermint is also a very invigorating oil. Sometimes we call it like natural doping. So if you're using it before you go work out, if you need a little bit of motivation or just to actually really oxygenate the blood and really just like have that extra boost, peppermint's great to use. So I just inhale it before I go work out, or like when I have to get up really early in the morning to get to work, I'll even like rub a little bit under my nose, and I'm good to go and have some more energy. Great for calming down. So like in when you have like fever, or like for females going through menopause with the hot flashes, can also really bring a lot of nice support there. So yeah, I think that was about it, like really basic what these oils can do, what their qualities are. And of course there are hundreds of ways to use them, and we can get into them, but I really want to leave that for a one-on-one wellness consult. That's what I've been really getting a lot of energy out of, to really help people get started with the basics and then make it specific to them, and empower you to see like, okay, what do I need? How do I use these things? How do I not just leave the box standing somewhere, but actually get the most out of them, right? So let's get you started with that. I'm really kind of curious to know like what jumped out for you. Maybe you jotted down some things and you're like, oh yes, I need frankincense for that, for the calming, for the meditation, or I need a peppermint because I find it hard to get out of bed and get the motivation to go work out, or I need lemon because I need a little bit of detox support and I like to clean, so I also want to get the melaleuca, and in combination with the lemon, I can create so many cool cleaning options. And Sarah, can you get me some recipes? Yes, I can. So we can talk a lot more in depth about that, but I just want to share with you, how do you actually get these amazing pure oils into your home, right? So the most economical way for you is to open up a wholesale account. That would either mean that you're paying for the membership, so just like how you would pay for membership at Costco, and it would give you a 25% discount for an entire year. You don't have to order again after your initial order, but there are benefits to do so, and I will share them with you when we sit down, whether in person or just like face-to-face like this on a call, what those benefits are. But first of all, you're just going to get started either by paying for your membership and picking and choosing oils or products, because we also have a lot of great products like our supplements that I love, feeling so much more energetic, especially after my burnout last year, now that I'm using these very consistently. So we can talk about that, like making it more specific to you. Or you can start with a kit. So one of our most popular kits is a combination of the 10 oils that I just shared with you and this super adorable diffuser. And when you are buying any of the starter collections or kits, your membership fee has been waived, so it's already included. And compared to buying the oil separately, you get a steeper discount. I will share like different promotions in the comments below, because there are some different promotions for every market around the world. So right now in Canada, there's a great promotion where you can get 20% off of a selection of starter kits. So if you are feeling that this is for you, this is a really great time to get on board, because you are getting a discount on top of a discounted kit. So I would love to help you get your hands on that. In Europe, there's a couple of goodies that you can get for free. So you can get the On Guard oil, the On Guard toothpaste, and the On Guard throat drops for free. It's really nice. I feel like I need some of those right now. Feeling a little dehydrated in this hot sun. And then in the United States, when you enroll, when you're placing an order next month, you will get our supplement line for free. So we have our Lifelong Vitality Complex, which is made up of 3 separate supplements, also kind of the base layer of what we're working with to really support our nutrition and our longevity. And actually our most popular product, people use it a lot to get rid of pain and inflammation in the body and really increase their energy. So we always start with the supplements, and then we get our cells talking happily to each other so that the oils can also work better with our cells, right? With us. So you can get that for free in the United States. And then I have a little extra special for you today. If you are wanting and you're feeling ready to get oils into your home today on June 30th, I want you to send me a message here on Facebook, or email me, or send me a message on Instagram. If you are placing an order today above 200 PV, so that could be the Home Essentials kit, could be something that you're picking and choosing together, you will get the Rose Touch oil for free. That's amazing. If we are calling our beautiful frankincense oil the king of all oils, then our queen of all oils is our rose oil. So emotionally, that's like a soothing blanket that we wrap around ourselves. It's amazing for our skin health, really great for hormonal balancing. And it's also that aphrodisiac, I can't pronounce that word, aphrodisiac that I spoke about earlier. So if you need a little bit of help there, or just want to feel a little bit more juicy, then definitely rose is the way to go. Also, the rose petals are actually a little bit waxy, which means that when we're applying the oil, it actually sticks around a little bit longer, because that's often something that when we're using more natural perfumes, or we make our own perfumes out of essential oils, they will not last as long as the synthetic ones, because they have different parts in them that stick with us for longer and get into our tissues and create all sorts of yuckiness there. So with essential oils, they will evaporate a little bit faster, but rose tends to stick around a little bit longer. So that could be yours for free today, and I would love to help you with that. If you have any questions, then please feel free to reach out to me at any time. It is our protocol when you order oils that we will sit down together for a wellness consult, and I will support you in the best way that I know how forever. That's included with your membership. So there will be access to whatever else that I will be offering to my team, access to Facebook groups with a lot of education. So I would love to have you on board. I would love to support you in getting these natural remedies into your house. And thank you so much for watching and for cheering me on and letting me be goofy. And I'm feeling a lot more comfortable doing this. So also send me any topics that you want to learn about, and I will do a summer series where I will make a short video, about 15 minutes max, hopefully, and speak about different topics there to educate you. So thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon.